Hello and welcome. This is Whitney. I'm coming on to do a little video for you guys. Today is the 28th of May, so we are on into, how many weeks have I been training now? Like 5 or 6, somewhere in there. Anyway, so we're on into this, and I am in the car about to go into the gym. I'm a little under the weather. I don't know if this is allergy stuff, if this is an actual cold. I have just been still doing my best. Remember I talked to you guys about doing my best in the gym, and every day is going to look different. So I'm going to be going in and doing my best, feeling a little down, but I'm still going to go do it. I'm not 6'6", so I'm not one of those that's like, hey, if you feel like crap, you should still go. Never. So I'm evaluating myself and being nice to myself, that kind of stuff, and giving myself the extra rest. Tomorrow I am taking a rest day, so hopefully that will help me feel a little better. But I've got some kind of I don't know what this is. Irritation. I'll just call it an irritation. So the kiddos are already in the gym right now with their daddy. And so I'm joining a little bit later. He had to run an errand. He just took him with him. So he knew I wasn't feeling great. So I'm going to go in today and start on my workout. And again, I think I've mentioned to you guys, I'm working with a coach. I have a coach. Coaches have coaches. So if you want to learn and do stuff better, that's what you do. So the coach that I'm working with, and I have two that I've loved. I've kind of put a post up recently, and I think she was going to share it on her page or whatever. And I love both of them, so I'm not picking any favorites or anything. But I'm working with somebody local right now. And her name is Sarah Townsend, and she has Phoenix Fitness, and is in Colorado Springs. I think like she's from a long line of this. Like her mom was a bodybuilder, so she's been in this realm for a long time. She's also close to my age. She's about 40. We have a kid about the same age and stuff. So she's very much on board with like, we want to make sure we keep you as healthy as we can, your hormones and all that kind of stuff. So and that's a big, big thing to me. This is a challenge I'm doing for myself. Don't recommend it for everybody else. This is not anything I'm telling anybody they have to do. Please know that. And my journey is different than anybody else's journey. We all have our own. We all have our own story. We all have our own wants. We all have our own reasons. We all have our own everything as far as what we want for our health. This is a challenge for me that I just wanted to do again, and I'm doing this with a friend. My coach is great. She has been super responsive on everything. Her workouts have been challenging, but I haven't died yet. It's like, but did you die? You know, the meme. Anyway, so I didn't die. Still not dead. But today is hamstrings, core, and chest. So again, it's always going to be something lower body because the wellness is what I'm going to be competing in, and we're trying to maintain or grow as much muscle in that lower body as we can. I think I looked back just a minute ago before I hopped on here to see what kind of questions you guys had. And the perimenopause, because we know how old I am. I think I've said it in several videos. I'm 44, mid 40s. So this is something that comes along for those of us who live long enough to see it. I always say my theory on menopause is, long ago, we just died after we had kids and we were done having babies. We didn't have an expectancy that was this long. Our life was not meant to be this long. So I think our body's kind of like, what are we still doing alive? We don't know what to do now. And things start part of us kind of shuts down. But it doesn't mean we have to live that way. And it's symptoms that we ignore, stuff that happens so infrequently that sometimes we don't keep track of it. But there are literally I don't know. I think I'm studying into this, guys. So it's like 60 something, probably more than that. I mean, there's so many different symptoms for perimenopause. The forgetting of words, that's one of them for me. Your energy's changing. There's all kind of mood stuff, all that kind of stuff. What used to work doesn't work anymore, as far as like diet and exercise. So there's all kind of different things. And I am right now about to look into and probably schedule to get a hormone panel done. And I'll tell you right now, I asked for this the beginning of last year with my primary care person or whatever, and as a woman. And I thought, okay, you're a woman. I'm 43. This should make sense that we would do a hormone panel because I'm in the midst of my body changing and all this kind of stuff. This woman asked me, are you having issues? Is your period becoming irregular? And I was like, well, no. But she was like, well, we can't do a hormone panel because insurance won't cover it. Y'all, this makes me just so irritated, because and it's the insurance companies, they're beholden to what the insurance companies tell them that they can cover and have them pay for. And I'm like, what if I paid for it? She goes, no, I still can't. I'm like, wow, okay. So even when you want to know something about yourself, sometimes you have to go in a roundabout way. So your period, so if your period's wonky, they'll do a hormone panel. If your libido is low, they may do a hormone panel. And it's also the only reason that they would prescribe testosterone for you ladies out there. And let me go ahead and tell you right now, testosterone is in women, testosterone is in men, estrogen is in women, and estrogen is in men. We have all the hormones, guys. We just have them at different levels based on our biological sex. So getting this done is a place to start to understand where you might have deficiencies, where things could be improved. Hormone replacement therapy, the bioidentical stuff, has been really good for a lot of people. Since I'm doing a bodybuilding contest, I'm beholden not to be able to do that kind of stuff because they don't want anybody to have an edge over somebody else. So we'll see where this goes afterwards, because I want to know where my levels are, because I feel like I'm doing a lot. I'm taking care of myself really well. Yes, I'm doing exercise, but it shouldn't be where I am just wiped out. So there's obviously something that I want to check within myself to see what I can do. However, outside of the hormone panel and knowing where you are, there is a lot that you can do for yourself just to make sure that you're doing your due diligence on your end of things to take good care of yourself and that kind of stuff, to mitigate some of this stuff. And the younger you are when you start, the better. So if you're like 35 and you're listening to this, if you're like 32 and you're listening to this and you're just rocking out and having a great time in your body and everything's great, maybe you've had kids, maybe you've not, stuff starts changing. And it's so small sometimes and such a slow roll into it that you might not notice. So it might be something that you gals want to be listening up to if you're a little younger. Is coming for you. If you're going to live to 40, 50, 60, you're going to go through this. We don't get to skip it. However, you can prepare well for this. So one of the things that I've discovered, and if you guys haven't looked up like Dr. Gabrielle Lyon, she has a book out called, I think it's Forever Strong. I want to say it's Forever Strong. I don't want to lie to you, but Dr. Gabrielle Lyon, dark hair. She's probably in her mid to late 40s like me. She's got young kids too, but she is very fit. She's got muscle, but she has done nothing but study muscle and the gerontology, which is old folks, right? So she was working in old folks home and seeing what it was like where these people dealt with sarcopenia, which is where your muscle starts going away and you losing muscle over the course of aging, and not doing strength training. These people had the quality of life was so low. So one of the things that you can do to fight perimenopause coming into it, before you get here, before you hit 40 something, get in there in them 30s and get in the gym, sister. So muscle's going to keep you healthier for longer. You're going to be happier. You're going to be more independent. You're going to be empowered. There's a lot of things that women report about just feeling amazing that they can do all the things in their life now without having to ask for help, without having to look for a man, without having to have a friend or somebody come and help. They have strength. They can just function and do stuff. I mean, that's what I've been doing a long time. I believe in the, building the muscle and keeping it, but making sure that you're lifting. If you've never weight trained, please, you can reach out to me. I'll help you out. I will tell you where to start. Please don't be afraid. When we're walking, when we're babies and we're learning to walk, we keep going. Nobody stops. You learn to walk. You keep going. So I want y'all to know right now, there's a gentleman that's walking behind me. He's going into the gym. This man has to be almost 90. And I love him. He's great. And he's jacked. And he's like, I work out not because I like to, because I'm afraid of what happens if I don't. And I'm like, what? That's a great lesson. So anyway, back to the perimenopause. If you don't know how to lift, if you're clueless and you want a starting place, please message me. Shoot me a message. Tell me. Let me know. I will give you a starting place. And I don't want you to be afraid. When we were babies, again, we learned to walk. We just kept trying. We fell down. We were like, well, that didn't work. Let's try this. Well, that didn't work. Let's try that. We persisted. We've lost that as we've aged. A lot of times that's kind of taken out of us by ourselves, society, whatever else you want to say, but we have to persist. So if you don't know about it, ask about it. Ask me. Please don't worry. Everybody starts somewhere. Just do it for you. Who cares who's watching? Who cares who's in there? I don't give a crap. Just go. It's your body. Don't let anybody that's hanging around in a place make you nervous about taking care of yourself. No, don't give them that power. Just go and get in there. And if you don't know how, if you're confused and you're like, I need a starting place, please message me. I have a coaching business that I have. I will, if you want to come on board and really, really do the thing, and I can take you all the way through food, start moving and getting the movement in and exercise and all that kind of stuff, and then building your confidence to make these decisions for yourself the rest of your life, please send me a message or go and find me in my Facebook page is Whitney the Influencer, and on that page I have my website that you can go and book a free strategy session with me to figure out what you want to do, where you want to go, and what your goals are. It's not my goals, it's your goals. How healthy do you want to be? What do you want? All of that stuff. So I work through all that stuff with you, but we can do a free strategy session. I could at least get you started, and that costs you nothing. So don't be afraid. Perimenopause, that's kind of what I was talking about. It's one of the things that one of you ladies mentioned, or a few of you did. So perimenopause, doing the weightlifting, getting your walking in, and don't kill yourself. Don't be doing running. Don't. You don't have to. What? We're released from this whole insanity of literally insanity, if y'all remember that workout from a long time ago. The craziness of having to beat yourself up. You don't have to do that. Actually, what happens for us is we get into this stage, build the muscle, do the zone 2 cardio. And if you don't know what zone 2 is, it's you can walk and have a conversation. Okay? That's what your level is. Walk, have a conversation. Not mosey. You want to walk. You want to get your heart rate up a little bit. But the heart rate zone that you want to have is your max for your zone 2 is 180 minus your age. So if you stay just under that, there or just under 180 minus your age, that's your heart rate that you're looking for zone 2. And that's the fat burn one. So that, go. So do some resistance training, get your walking in. Don't kill yourself. Don't kill yourself. Just lots of steps and walking and moving, and just move throughout your day. The other thing you can do to start fighting off perimenopause stuff is when you're eating, when you're choosing food, prioritize protein. Prioritize protein. So what that means is choose your protein. Don't be afraid of fat now. I eat beef every day. I eat chicken thighs. I'm a more higher fat, lower carb person. I feel better there. I have inflammation in my body based on eating certain carbohydrates, so I tend to just keep them really low. That's me. One of the things that I do with my clients whenever you come on or whatever is we look to see what you might be sensitive to. And it's an experiment, and we just try it. We just try it because you are smart enough to feel things in your body and to make decisions for yourself. And I'm give you that power. That's part of the coaching that I do. But anyway, prioritize protein. When you're making your meal, get you a good piece of meat. Get you something decently sized. I don't want a little tiny piece. I want you to have a big old honking piece of meat because I want you to eat that first every time. Eat it first every time, and then eat anything else that's on your plate. So meat first, and then anything else on your plate. And having enough fats is important too. So like I said, I eat beef. I eat the fat with the beef. I have eggs. I have chicken thighs. I add some butter to things, but I also keep my carbs low. So there's a whole, situation that I have for myself because it's for me personally. It's not for everyone. We're all not the same. Not at all. So anyway, protein first, other stuff on your plate, but protein first every time. Every time. So if you do that, you'll start to feel satiated. You'll eat less after you eat that protein and that fat. So that's a great trick. But then, of course, after that, what else is on your plate? Are you eating a lot of boxed stuff? Are you eating a lot of processed things? So taking the processed stuff out is going to be a huge help. So I think, and y'all know that, that's not anything new. People know processed food, not so great. So your meats, if you want to have some vegetables, that kind of stuff, please do. That's up to you. But your meat first every time. Every time. Okay? And, the drinking plenty of water. I don't know if y'all are drinking alcohol. Some of y'all are. But I don't have a taste for that anymore. What it does to me is not great. So I just quit it. I don't really drink it anymore. And I don't really I've never been that person. I mean, I've did plenty of that in my 20s and maybe early 30s, but woo, I'm done with that stuff. So that is not helping you if you're drinking alcohol, because it's legit just straight up poison. So anyway, some of those perimenopause things and anything that any of y'all want to do, that would actually be good advice for anyone, especially, I mean, anyone, truly. But women that are entering this and they don't know they're going to be entering this is going to be fantastic information for you. Start to lift some weights. If you don't know how, don't be afraid to ask. Don't be afraid to do it. Don't be embarrassed. Don't be ashamed. Don't be anything. Just go. Know it's for you and it's not for anybody else. Who gives a shit what anybody else is saying or thinking about you wherever you are? If you have weight to lose, I can definitely help you with that. Those things that I just mentioned for you, those are going to help with losing weight. There's not going to be like 8 billion tons and minutes and miles of whatever. You're going to control your weight way better with what you eat than with extreme amounts of cardio. Like, truly, you really are. So if you've got questions, if you want to know more, you let me know. You just send me a message. So we're talking about macros. I think people asked about perimenopause. That was one of the big things, and I'm in the midst of that. So I'm doing my best, lifting the weights, eating the food, the stuff I just told you. That's the stuff I'm doing. I eat because I'm in this to keep muscle on. I eat a lot of protein. If you do 1 gram per current weight, 1 gram of protein per current body weight, that's great. Or if you want to do 1 gram per desired body weight. However, I don't like people getting caught up on weight stuff. That's a whole different category and a whole different thing. I know I'm looking at myself in this, and here's the actual camera over here. Body composition is important. How much muscle do you carry? You got bones, you got organs, you got water, you got brain tissue, you got skin, you got fat. Oh, you've got fat too. Oh my God. Y'all, we're made up of a lot of stuff. Our body composition matters. The weight on the scale doesn't so much, okay? It's not anything that we want to make our first and only, like, measurement. You know what I mean? That's not the only measurement. We got to know how much muscle you got. You know, you got organs, you got bones, you got stuff. We want to know how everything's happening in your body, not just the fat, not just the fat we want to know, but we don't want to know just about the weight. That doesn't tell us the whole story. That's a tiny, tiny piece. So that's important. It's one measurement, but we got to know what's in that measurement. Okay. So for those of you that want to lose fat, prioritize that protein, cut out the processed food stuff, and you have a whole area of things you can still eat. The whole area. Now, when you're a client, I bring that down and define that more for you whenever what those things are that you kind of need to really avoid and what you really need to focus on. But it's still a huge area of food that you get to choose from. And I don't dictate that. I don't tell you have to count macros. I don't tell you have to do anything, because what happens is, when you're choosing from a certain category, things are going to naturally fall into place a little better. But if you have certain goals that we need to fine tune, then we can start looking at it. So I had somebody ask about macros: more protein, plenty of fats, some carbs. That's what I do for me. And I'm not going to give you exacts, because that's for me. That's not for you. Like, I'm doing a bodybuilding contest. I got to have a lot of protein, and I eat a certain amount for what I'm doing. You know what I mean? So it's a whole different game. But hopefully those tips help. Okay. Perimenopause. I will get a more deep dive into this for sure, but hormone panel, get it done, eat the protein, lift some weights. Don't be scared. Do zone 2 cardio. And you can just, if you've never weightlifted before, twice a week is going to be enough for you. Twice. And you will double your strength in a year. If you start doing twice a week, like, you will double your strength with just progressive overload. And if y'all don't know what that is, you can look it up, or you can ask me later. But gosh, this video is going on 19 minutes. Okay. It's time for me to go inside and get this workout done. So I know y'all have not seen me. I'm like getting smaller, working. I also cut my hair. So my hair is back, but I've also cut my hair off. But yes, I am leaning out some. It's going to be a lot of time between now and the time I get on stage, but there's definitely some stuff showing up. And that's one of the things I had talked about, like, when I was coming into this, or when I see people in the gym, I'm like, you know what? I knew I had fat covering different things, right? Totally fine. I feel better when I'm in a certain, musculature and at a certain body fat, and that's fine. Like, we're all different. Listen, your levels, my levels, what you feel good at, what I feel good at, it's all good. You have your own thing. No, don't worry about it. But I said I'd like to be able to see some of my muscles when my arm is down and it just doesn't look like a sausage. Just like a piece of meat just hanging there. So I'm looking to like have my arm just sit and be able to see some definition. I'm not quite there yet, but it's getting close. All right, this video went on way too long. I apologize for that. I'm not going to take you in the gym. I think I've already kind of told y'all that because it's not there yet. And I don't know if I want to interrupt people's lives. I don't like being one of those people with like, oh, I got a tripod. I'm going to be interrupting people. But anyway, I'll talk about the workout stuff on another time. We talked about Peri stuff. We talked a little bit about prioritizing protein. So if there's other questions, you guys let me know. And again, this is all raw. This is just, you get what you get. I'm going to go in and work out. So thank you guys for coming, and I'll give you another update probably in a couple weeks. See ya.